Pinpoint Weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, welcome back to Sunrise. Cloudy start for this Monday morning. We've had at times a little bit of some dense fog. Not seeing as much of that dense fog this hour compared to the previous couple of hours. But keep that in mind. Parts of our area still might be under some of that dense fog. Visibility at the airport around 3 miles. It is chillier by 3 degrees. If we had a clear sky, it would be much colder here in the valleys. And we might see some of those 30s returning in the forecast as we get into the overnight hours of tonight with another clear sky expected. Again, some of the visibility, you're seeing Sexton Summit down to half of a mile, Cave Junction around 2 miles as well. So maybe you're traveling out and about, you could find yourself in some lower visibility. Make sure you're slowing down out there. Now, daylight saving time is coming to an end as you're looking at the next week. It happens Saturday night before you go to bed. Those clocks will change and we get another hour of sleep as we get into Sunday. Next week, sun rising at 6:48, going to be setting in the 5 o'clock hour. Look at the difference as we're getting into the next month though. Sun rising at 7:16 and setting at 4:42. We're also losing an hour of daylight within the next month. So get mentally prepared for the big change coming up through this weekend. Otherwise, good conditions expected this week. It was a wet weekend indeed, but as we're getting through this week, a little bit of a drier forecast for most folks. Some folks along the coastline will get a little bit of some showers, maybe even here in the valleys could have a little bit more clouds, maybe even a few sprinkles into the middle half of this week. But it's not a lingering rain like what we had over this weekend. We'll see another chance for some rain into Saturday. But good news for kids and trick-or-treaters. We are going to have some quiet conditions for Halloween and also a little bit milder temperatures. We're going to bump up after today in the high temperatures. Now, quiet conditions across a good portion of our area, but further north, we still have some of the lingering showers. Low pressure system still out here. And look at the big difference. The front in that system that brought us the precipitation and the cooler weather is continuing to push out further to the east. So for us, again, a quieter forecast, mostly sunny through the rest of today. As we're getting through the morning hours, we'll get out of that cloud cover. You see into Tuesday, could have a few maybe sprinkles along parts of the coastline in the morning hours. And then Tuesday night, early Wednesday, another weak system moves in to bring in some potential of showers. Again, this is going to be light rain and mainly along the coastline as it pushes further inland. We're not seeing as much rainfall expected and maybe a few sprinkles, but overall it's not a lingering system. It's going to clear out pretty quickly through Wednesday. So really it's Wednesday morning where we might see a little bit of that. Into Thursday and Friday we dry out again. Saturday we do look at another little bit better potential for some showers. If you're out and about for today, temperature is going to be warming into the upper 50s, dropping into the 40s for the coastline here overnight tonight. And if we get that clear sky for tonight, we'll see those 30s returning and possible frost here in the valley. Today is going to be a chilly day. Highs will be in the 50s, a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still chilly. And we got the 40s out in our eastern counties, 20s to 30s for those morning lows. So still some freezing temperatures out there. As we look at your 7-day forecast, 50s today, but 60s tomorrow. In fact, going to be closer to 70 degrees through the rest of this week. Mid and upper 60s with morning lows in the lower 40s. And again, pretty quiet conditions for this week as we end out October. Could have a few rain chances, but nothing that's going to be sticking around all that much. Our eastern counties, dry 7-day forecast and back into the lower 60s to end out this week. We look at the morning lows in the 30s after the cold one expected here for tonight. And again, Halloween is nice and mostly sunny and nice, especially in Northern California with those mid and upper 60s, morning lows in the 30s. And the coastline, they will see that rain chance building in Friday night going into Saturday, but Halloween's still looking nice for all the trick-or-treaters. And again, another chance of showers early Wednesday.